We are stepping inside El Salvador's Ilopango women's prison, a place where concrete walls hold the lives of women accused of gang affiliations, organized crime, murder, robbery, and other serious offenses. Built to confine only 400 inmates, the prison now suffocates under the weight of more than 2,000 women, nearly 5 times beyond its capacity. Ilopango feels less like a correctional facility and more like a pressure chamber, where space, air, and dignity are constantly running out. Every breath here is shared, every movement negotiated, every moment shaped by overcrowding. Each cell stretches roughly 20 meters long and 10 meters wide. Yet inside these confined rooms, 240 to 250 women are forced to coexist. Privacy does not exist. Sleep is a fragile luxury. Some lie shoulder to shoulder on thin mats. Others spread worn sheets directly over cold concrete. Often, 3 to 5 women are pressed together in spaces meant for one. At night, the darkness is filled with whispered prayers, restless turning, and the quiet fear of never truly being alone, not even in sleep. Life inside Ilopango follows an unforgiving rhythm of control. Every hour is governed by rules, surveillance, and silent threats of punishment. Among the most haunting sections is the mother and child unit, where incarcerated women live with their children from birth until the age of 5. These children spend every hour of their early lives behind bars, breathing the same heavy air as their mothers. Food is scarce, medical care limited, and hygiene painfully inadequate. Many children are born here, learning to walk between iron doors and concrete floors. When they turn 5, they are taken away, transferred to institutions or relatives orphan, without understanding why their world is suddenly torn apart. Hunger and thirst are constant companions. Meals are small, unevenly distributed, and sometimes spoiled. Yet women eat anyway, because hunger leaves no room for choice. Water shortages force inmates to wait for hours, rationing every drop for drinking, washing, and caring for their children. Bathrooms are overcrowded and unsanitary, plagued by insects, foul odors, and neglect. Cleaning supplies are limited, and maintaining even basic hygiene becomes a daily battle, especially for mothers trying to protect their children from illness in an environment stacked against them. Every morning begins before dawn. By 5 or 6 a.m., women are already awake, cleaning their cramped spaces, lining up for bathroom access, and preparing for another day of strict regulation. Every step, every glance, every movement is watched. The women live knowing that a single mistake can bring punishment or humiliation. Some try to carve out small comforts, saving a plastic bottle for water, holding on to an extra piece of cloth, sharing food with someone weaker, but these fragile efforts barely soften the reality. Ilopango may be a women's prison, different in form from men's facilities, yet in its harsh discipline, relentless control, and absence of humanity, it is equally unforgiving, a place where survival itself becomes an act of quiet resistance. Inside the prison, work is not a choice, it is a necessity. Some women spend their days scrubbing cells or washing clothes by hand, while others tend to small patches of garden or barren open areas near the cell blocks. A few try to enroll in basic education programs or short courses offered inside the prison, but these opportunities are rare and tightly limited. There is no space for physical exercise, no playgrounds, no organized sports. As a result, both women and children slowly feel the toll on their bodies. Health declines quietly, unnoticed, until it becomes impossible to ignore. For children born inside these walls, or raised here from infancy, childhood barely exists. There are no playgrounds, no classrooms, no freedom to run. Mothers try to teach them letters and numbers like homeschool lessons, whispering knowledge in corners of overcrowded cells. But learning is fragmented and fragile. The children grow up surrounded by concrete, noise, and constant restriction. Mental stress becomes part of their early development. Limited food, unsafe water, and poor healthcare turn everyday's survival into a serious risk, especially for the youngest lives. Daily meals rarely change more portions of rice, vegetables, and occasionally a trace of protein. The quantity is never enough. Many women suffer from malnutrition, especially pregnant inmates and mothers nursing children. Medical care is almost non-existent. Only basic checkups or emergency treatment are provided, often too late. Unclean water, spoiled food, and poor hygiene lead to frequent outbreaks of diarrhea, infections, and chronic illness. Sickness spreads easily in overcrowded spaces, and recovery is slow when the body is already weakened. The the emotional weight is just as heavy. Depression, anxiety, and hopelessness are constant shadows. For mothers, the pressure is doubled, caring for young children while enduring relentless control, limited social contact, fear of gang-related conflict, and constant surveillance erode motivation and mental stability. Yet even here, the women find small ways to resist despair. They share toys, clothes, and food when possible. These gestures are tiny, but in such a harsh environment, they feel monumental. When you enter the women's section, the first thing you feel is the crushing intensity of confinement. The air itself seems tense, and yet, amid these overwhelming conditions, the women have learned how to survive. Each inmate develops her own routine, her own alliances, her own strategies to stay physically and mentally safe. They remain alert at all times, knowing that conflict can erupt without warning. Simple tactics, protecting personal space, sharing food wisely, keeping children close, become essential survival skills. Older women teach younger mothers how to shield their children from danger, how to keep them unnoticed during tense moments. Help is rarely one-sided. When one woman offers support, another returns it later. This unspoken system of mutual aid creates small islands of comfort. Informal classrooms emerge, where one woman teaches others to read or write. When someone falls sick, fellow inmates care for her because formal health care is absent. In these moments, humanity quietly reclaims space within the prison walls. No matter how serious their crimes may be, these women hold on to their sense of compassion. They share grief, ease each other's pain, and try to protect one another from further harm. Every mother carries the same hope that her child will grow up healthy, safe, and educated enough to build a life beyond these walls. Even inside prison, they celebrate birthdays, festivals, and small moments of joy. These brief celebrations reduce mental strain and strengthen bonds, reminding them that they are still human. This is the reality of the women's section, where daily life is shaped by children, survival, and quiet resistance. The conditions are harsh, but the women confront them with solidarity and empathy. Every moment is a struggle against physical limits, emotional pressure, and social restrictions. Yet they endure. They are not just prisoners, they are mothers, teachers, caregivers, and each other's strength. Their stories remind us that when love, compassion, and hope survive, even the strongest walls can be challenged. This is the true image of the women's prison, proof that humanity, against all odds, can still prevail.